You've heard about manifestation, but what if I told you that the most powerful technique to manifest anything, you've already used it without even knowing? Yeah, you. This ancient technique isn't in modern books or popular internet videos. It was forgotten by the world, but recorded in your body since your first breath. The ancient technique to manifest anything, you've already used it but didn't know it, is more real than you think. And what you're about to discover might change everything. It's not about believing, it's about remembering. And if you feel what I know you're gonna feel, you'll never manifest the same way again. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to manifest everything they want, while others spend years repeating affirmations without getting anywhere? Maybe you've been doing it the wrong way. What I'm about to reveal in this video is something controversial that few dare to say. Manifesting isn't something you learn, it's something you've done before. They just never told you that. There's an ancient technique, so simple it seems impossible. And here's the kicker, you've already used it without even realizing it. Want to know how to access this hidden power and finally co-create the reality you've been craving? Buckle up, because in the next few minutes, everything you believed about manifestation might completely change. You've heard that you're a co-creator of your reality, but what if I told you that's not just a belief, it's something you've already proven with your own body? The first time you breathed, felt, reacted, that was a living, active, deep manifestation. Since birth, your mind and your energy frequency were already tuned to create. But nobody explained that to you. They taught you to look outside when the real power was always inside you. And that's one of the most ignored secrets in personal development. Manifestation doesn't start with a technique. It starts with awareness. The simple fact that you're alive, with a body that responds to your mindset, already proves you're manifesting all the time. Remember that time you thought about someone and they texted you? Or when your mood attracted exactly the kind of situation you wanted to avoid? That's not coincidence. That's the law of attraction in motion. Silent, precise, and real. But since no one ever called it manifesting, you thought it was just chance. Lots of people think manifesting is too mystical or requires some complicated ritual. But actually, it's the opposite. It's simple, natural, organic. It's like breathing. And yeah, you've done this without realizing it. The problem is that over time, they disconnected you from your most intuitive spirituality and taught you to look for answers in gurus, expensive techniques, or miracle methods, when really, the miracle was always you. And the more you remember this, the more abundance starts flowing naturally. What almost nobody talks about is that your body is the first teacher of manifestation. It knows how to feel. It knows how to vibrate. It knows how to align with what it desires. You just need to start listening again. Here's a good example. When you hear a song that moves you, your vibrational field changes. Your mood changes. Your reality starts resonating differently. It's in this state of emotional presence that things happen more fluidly. You don't need to learn how to manifest. You just need to remember how it feels when you're connected. And that's exactly why, without realizing it, you've used this technique before. When you wanted something so intensely it seemed inevitable, when you felt that chill that confirmed something for you, or when your intuition pulled you in a direction and you just trusted it. That state of flow is the foundation of all true manifestation. And if you keep going down this path, you'll be surprised by what you're about to rediscover. In ancient times, before books, apps, and modern theories existed, the wise ones already knew. The universe responds to your vibration. Civilizations like Egypt, Vedic India, Tibetan monks, they all left clues about the true art of manifestation. But this knowledge got buried, forgotten, or labeled as too mystical for the modern world. What they knew and lived was that everything starts within. Your energy frequency is the code that talks to reality. It's not about asking the universe, it's about aligning with it. These ancient masters didn't talk about secrets as marketing, they talked about connection. They understood that the body, breathing, and mental focus were sacred tools of transformation. Through conscious breathing, intentional silence, and mindful attention, they accessed deep states of spirituality that neuroscience is just now starting to prove. When someone spent days in silence in the mountains, it wasn't to escape the world. It was to reconnect with the creative source, with the energy of abundance that flows naturally when mental noise stops. In Hindu tradition, for example, breathing is called prana, life energy. They taught that where prana flows, consciousness expands. In other words, where there's attention, there's power. Mindset wasn't seen as something separate from the body, but as an extension of the energy you cultivate. Even today, techniques like pranayama, active meditation, and mantras are used to awaken the energetic field of being. And it all revolves around one simple principle: you manifest what you're in resonance with. Another example comes from ancient Egypt. The priests believed the heart was more intelligent than the brain, and that emotional vibration was the key to altering reality. The thinking heart was trained through practices like rhythmic breathing, contemplation, and symbolic visualization. Today, when we talk about the law of attraction, many ignore this past and try to force desires with the mind. But without emotion, without body, without soul, nothing manifests. Ancient traditions knew body and spirit need to be in agreement. The most curious thing is that despite all this ancient wisdom being available, most people live like none of it exists, like it's all just pretty theory. But when you start integrating these teachings into your daily life, something shifts. You feel it. You notice it. It's like something awakens inside you, something ancient, familiar, and that's when the next revelation happens. Why you got disconnected from all this. We live in a fast-paced world, full of notifications, deadlines, and distractions. Modern life taught us to overthink and underfeel, and in this mental overload, we lost the energetic sensitivity that was always there, silent, waiting to be heard. Manifestation requires presence, but we were trained to live on autopilot. Wake up, rush, work, sleep, and repeat. And in this cycle, the connection to our original energy frequency fades away, like background music we don't even hear anymore. Today, most people breathe poorly, eat mindlessly, and don't even notice their own bodies. And without a present body, there's no present energy. You can repeat 1,000 law of attraction affirmations, but if your mindset is stuck in anxiety, fears, or chronic fatigue, nothing flows, and it's not your fault. The system was designed to disconnect you, to convince you that you're weak, limited, needy. And so you become dependent on external promises, hoping something will change, without realizing the power was always inside you. The biggest blocks to manifestation today have names: information overload, lack of silence, and energetic self-sabotage. How many times have you felt that something inside you wanted to act, but then the automatic thought came saying, "This isn't going to work"? This kind of mental pattern is built over time through repetition and external reinforcement. But it can be undone. Simple techniques like deep breathing, guided meditation, and even mindful walks help reorganize your energetic field. And all of this is within anyone's reach, including right now. It's important to understand that spirituality isn't something separate from practical life. It's actually the foundation of everything. It's in your silence, in your presence, in your breathing that true abundance starts to manifest. And no matter how much the world tried to pull you away from this, the way back is shorter than it seems. True personal development starts the moment you decide to slow down and listen. Listen to what your body says, what your intuition whispers, what life is trying to show you all the time. Because even if you've forgotten, your body hasn't forgotten. It still knows the way. It still recognizes the signs. And when you start reconnecting with this inner knowing, something realigns. Ideas come back, energy comes back, opportunities start appearing, and then you start remembering that there's a practice, ancient, powerful, and surprisingly simple, capable of awakening all this within you. Now imagine that everything you need to transform your reality is already there, inside you. Nothing external, nothing complicated. An ancient technique, forgotten by the modern world, but one your body has known since birth. Conscious breathing through the center of the body, the navel. Yes, your first active energy center. Ancient sages called it the center of creation, and not by chance. That's where your energy frequency starts reorganizing for manifestation. The practice is simple but powerful. Sit with your spine straight. Place one hand on your chest and another on your navel. Breathe deeply, making only the hand on your navel move. This activates your manifestation energy center, the same one that sustained your life in the womb. Do this for a few minutes. It might seem subtle, but gradually your mindset changes, your focus changes, and your vibration elevates. It's like reconnecting to the source. And when that happens, the law of attraction starts responding almost immediately. Monks, yogis, and healers have known this for millennia. They used this breathing to enter elevated states of spirituality and intuitive access. Today, science calls this parasympathetic system activation, responsible for healing, balance, and elevated perception. The name doesn't matter. What matters is the effect: mental clarity, emotional peace, and energetic openness. When you breathe like this, you're not just relaxing, you're opening a portal within yourself. And it's in this state that manifestation gains strength. You can start today, 10 minutes in the morning, still fasting, in silence. Put on some 432 Hz frequency music, close your eyes, and breathe with presence. Feel the air entering, filling your energy center. Visualize your intention. Let the feeling take over your body. This simple act, done consistently, changes your energy. And when your energy changes, your reality changes. True personal development starts there, with presence, with practice, with truth. Because when you reconnect with this center, something awakens. A kind of silent power that doesn't need to prove anything, just be. And by practicing this, you start to notice something even deeper, something that goes way beyond technique. Because what gets activated here is who you really are. When you start practicing this technique with intention, something much bigger happens. It's not just about breathing, it's about remembering who you are. With each conscious breath, you leave behind external noise and return to your essence. Your mindset expands. Your energy frequency starts aligning with what you desire, and manifestation becomes natural, fluid. No longer an effort, but a reflection of your new state of being. It's in this reunion that you realize everything you were seeking outside was always within. The clarity you thought you needed to find in books, gurus, or motivational videos starts sprouting from you. Spirituality stops being something mystical and distant and becomes an intimate and living experience. You feel more lightness when making decisions. You attract the right conversations, signs, opportunities. Abundance starts appearing unexpectedly, but totally deserved. Because now you're vibrating as someone who already is. And when this new alignment establishes itself, you start understanding the true meaning of the law of attraction. It's not about controlling the universe. It's about becoming compatible with what you desire. It's about removing what blocks your light, not about forcing anything. A reunion with your essence means returning to the point where you feel complete. And it's in this state that creation happens. People who live conscious manifestation know the secret is staying in this state as long as possible. The good news, You don't need to become a monk or escape to the mountains. Just cultivate moments of presence. It could be when waking up, walking in nature, or even while having coffee in silence. True personal development isn't in information overload, but in the depth of experience. Each breath is a choice, a line with fear or with power. And every time you choose to reconnect, the universe responds, without delay, without exceptions. And on this path, each practice, each day, each breath becomes a bridge between you and the reality you want to co-create. Because the power isn't in something external, it already lives in you. And when you start living from that place, everything changes, everything. And what comes next is where transformation really begins. And now that you've rediscovered this ancient technique that was always inside you, the question is, are you going to go back to ignoring your power, or are you going to start using it consciously? How many realities are you still going to live before creating your own? Why keep accepting crumbs from the universe when you were born to live in abundance? Manifestation happens the moment you decide to align with your original energy frequency, and that only depends on you. So practice, breathe, reconnect, and watch how the puzzle pieces start falling into place. But tell me, are you gonna try this technique today? Let me know in the comments. I read them all. And if this video brought you clarity, hit that like button now, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to explore together many more hidden codes of spirituality, the law of attraction, and personal development. By the way, if you want to dive even deeper into this journey, watch the video that's linked in the description and in the card up here right now. It'll show you the next step in this transformation. Remember, the universe is waiting for you, but it only responds when you breathe.